What's up, everyone? This is John, the average gamer. It's been a long time since you've seen my pretty face. Also, happy Halloween. I just got back from watching Stranger Things Part 2. Wow. If you guys didn't see it, you should see it. It is amazing. Okay? That's a video of another time. I just want to talk about my favorite time of the month. And plus, that month is that time, and also my pick of the month. That's a lot of months. Yes. So, what I'm picking out right now, I don't know if I cover it. If I did, I am so sorry, but I had to talk about this in the second time. But a lot of people didn't like it. I did. It was one of my other favorite games out of the series. I just think it's the black sheep of the series. But you'll see. Alright. What I'm talking about is, here it comes, Resident Evil. Oh, sorry. I fucked that up. Resident Evil 6. Yes. What I'm talking about Resident Evil 6 for, because it's my pick of the month. Now, give me a second here before I collected my mind. I'm losing my shit. Resident Evil 6 is one of those games that it pushed the envelope of gameplay, because people were complaining about how stiff the controls were, how tankish, how unfluid it is, even in combat, the shooting mechanics, and everyone complained about it. When 6 came out, they fixed all that problem everyone was bitching about, and they do listen to their fans. But people are never happy. People are always complaining about everything. Now, Resident Evil 6 was, just say, criticized because it wasn't scary. Now, it's Resident Evil. It's been around since 20 years, okay? And the fact that they want to try something new. Now, you still have some parts that were scary, but zombies get old pretty quickly. Over the years, zombies been bashing the fucking head of media for like a very long time. I would say around like 50 years. But zombies were like a dead weight before the movie came out, and that was in 2002. So zombie wasn't being scary enough, and plus in video game form, it wasn't scary. And I had to say for myself, when I was a kid, zombies were scary, and you get a good atmosphere, become horrifying. Just look at the Resident Evil remake on the GameCube. It got to the point that it was very scary. Now, Resident Evil 6, on the other hand, became more action-oriented because it's been done to death. They want to try something new with the characters, and the characters are way better modeled on 4 and 5. But also the fact that you also gotta give it to credit that combat was smoother. You could do things more in gunplay. You could do things by in movements of actions, and being more physical with your zombies. I mean, not as physical as you want to stick a finger up there, but you could do is that you could crawl and stab them in the nuts. Okay, so Resident Evil 6 combat, graphics, and atmosphere, people kind of praise for it, but they only complain about one thing, is that it wasn't scary. I didn't have a problem with it not being scary or not. I didn't care. I had fun with it. And plus, you had that time that Resident Evil 6 wasn't even a glitch fest. It's actually very solid in a gameplay. Extremely solid. Because most of the games that came out at that time, either you have patches or you have, updates. And it had a few updates, a few tweaks of the camera, really, and they fixed that. Trust me, it didn't make any difference because, it wasn't that much a mess. I had to say that when I did play it, the camera was a little forward, a little bit too close, but again, like I said, it's been fixed. But Resident Evil 6 was a great game when you have, just say, different scenarios. You got Chris, you got Leon, and you got a new guy named Jake. Sorry, I think his name is Jake. And plus, you got the partners, and you can play as the partners too. So you got that bonus extra map or levels that you didn't get through the first playthrough. Now, each people has different sections of their gameplay. Now, you say Leon is a typical zombie fest, and Leon is more action oriented, and Jake is more in between when you actually fighting. Say good. I was trying to say like advanced zombies, well, bug zombies, and then you got a big nemesis type bad guy that you have to run away from or hide from. So it's a good mix up. And then you got another character. Her own story is Ada. Now Ada is a kind of interesting factor because she's more stealth and it actually plays original Resident Evil vibe, but it does link up to all the scenarios in the game. Now that's kind of rare from that time because people, forgets that they didn't really have that much story DLC, and then they had to pit the story DLC. You could just play it through and actually beat the game, and you can unlock new stuff. And again, today's time you have to actually have story DLCs, and this is like a breath of fresh air that everything was on the disc. Now Capcom has locked game data and game contact before Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter 4, and that's debunked with Resident Evil 6 because they didn't have to lock anything. You got the game right there, and the game is challenging enough if you play like to the higher difficulty. I like Resident Evil 6 because it is the black sheep, and a lot of people doesn't give it too much credit because it is different. A lot of people don't like different, and when they do get something new and different, they still bitch about it. And then when they want something old and farty and shit like that, and so like the same goddamn game, they complain. So trust me, you should pick this one up. And because this is a side note, if you actually look at the cover, it looks like a giraffe getting a blowjob. So that's also another hint that you might like. And they changed that with the remaster too. So you're welcome.